maybe unbroken still. And I turn you a circle in circle, maybe unbroken still.
Hi, I'm Charlie. Oh, God.
Hi, I'm Charlie. Welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to talk about the world's largest peanut and why it's a big hacking lie. So, as you can see, I've been on the hunt for truth, justice, and, in a nutshell, knowledge. Yes, viewers, we're going to discuss a very simple human behavior that has some very interesting implications. That is, people are liars. People lie all the time about small things, big things, things in between. You've told lies, I've told lies, friends, relatives, etc., etc.,
and so on,
have told lies. But what about when a community collectively comes together to lie about something? Or rather, a special kind of lie. A myth. Here, we will talk about the world's largest peanut in Durant, Oklahoma. Durant, Oklahoma is a quiet town, a small town with lots of things in it. You got a university, an elementary school named after a Confederate general, Taco Casa, Dandy's Donut, a statue outside of the courthouse dedicated to a Confederate soldier, the Choctaw Nation headquarters, and of course, the Big Peanut. I grew up in the town of Durant and met most of my friends there. Most of them have somewhat of an obsession with the world's largest peanut. Here's a pic of Normie me with it. Taking pics with the peanut is a common practice amongst the youths. Am I the youths anymore? Well, I do have a TikTok. We all think it's pretty cool, but have all been kind of mystified about it. We have a simple question about the world's largest peanut. Why? Is the statue itself the world's largest peanut? Does it honor some peanut that was grown here? Did Durant have the world's largest peanut at one time? Did someone eat it? What's going on? Well, to those new to the topic and those intimately familiar with it, I do in fact have the answers. And let me tell you, it's pretty stupid. Thanks to another flabbergasted person, we have a small history on the peanut. In 2017, MJ Alexander published an article entitled The Case of the World's Largest Peanut in 405 magazine. Alexander lays it out, sort of, like the why of the world's largest peanut. The claim: Durant, Oklahoma is home to the world's largest peanut. Source: chiseled granite marker in front of Durant City Hall. Fact check: false. Other claim: okay, so maybe it's not the largest now, but at the time it was built, it was. Source: the Durant Daily Democrat, March 17th, 2017. Fact check: also false. So, basically in the 1970s, a man by the name of Olin Miller, who was a Durant businessman and community booster, came up with the idea of this statue. His success as a booster would later earn him the title of president for the Durant Chamber of Commerce, and this activist has maintained success to this very day, to be fair. When asked by the newspaper The Oklahoman, Miller said he, quote, wanted Durant to be known for something good. The thing cost $2,500, split between 5 people and businesses, including Miller, who took an actual bag of peanuts to an artist who crafted the thing. The premiere attracted national attention for some reason, and the peanut came under fire for, fair reasons. So, why? If it's not the world's largest peanut, why is it there at all? Okay. Well, reconsider what it is. It's a statue that says world's largest peanut. So what it actually is a commemoration, a monument to the world's largest peanut, wherever that peanut is. There is a world's largest peanut, logically, somewhere on the planet, and this statue is a monument to it, and also to the Bryan County peanut growers and processors. So it's kind of a joke, basically, that all of us Durant folk are in on. And now you're in on it too. Okay, so why does that matter any at all? Who threw the first brick at Stonewall? Many people understand that the LGBTQ+ rights movement in the US started with the Stonewall riots in 1969 at the gay bar known as Stonewall Inn in Manhattan. Police raided the bar and patrons had enough and fought back, starting with Marsha P. Johnson throwing a brick at the police. This was the birth of the gay rights movement in the US, sort of the LGBTQ+ origin story. Except, that's not really what happened exactly. The New York Times has a wonderful video called "The Stonewall You Know is a Myth," and that's okay. That explains what has gone on here, debunking myths not unlike MJ Alexander and the Peanut. For one, the fight for LGBTQ+ rights did not begin with Stonewall. You can trace the broader world movement back to 1897 in Berlin with Magnus Hirschfeld, sort of a first gay rights group that he founded in the world. However, Stonewall did lead to the formation of the Gay Liberation Front, which was instrumental in furthering LGBTQ+ activist efforts. The Stonewall Inn also wasn't particularly a beloved bar like it is in collective memory. According to people who were there, it was more of a sleazy mafia run kind of thing. Then, there's that Marsha P. Johnson threw the first glass at Stonewall. But she herself says she didn't actually get to the bar until things started happening. Sylvia Rivera, who is also sometimes credited, may not have thrown the first thing either. The Stonewall story is essential to how many LGBTQ+ folks align themselves in a genealogy. To be descendants from such capital G great people like Johnson and Rivera, who were powerhouses in the fight for LGBTQ+ rights. And today, the importance that Johnson and Rivera, two trans women of color, started the whole thing has particularly significant resonance in the current protest underway right now during Pride Month. But the odds are neither one of them threw the first brick, so to say, and the way most of us conceive of Stonewall is in many ways inaccurate. So, what then? As Tourmaline, a trans activist, writer, and filmmaker states,
I think historical erasure is real. How do we tell a history of something when our lives aren't in archives? Speculative fiction and historically informed fiction, to me, are ways to answer that question. And it doesn't have to be true to be meaningful.
It doesn't have to be true to be meaningful. The story we crafted around Stonewall matters now, matters in the way we forge identity and community, matters for the efforts we take to lift the voices of the most marginalized in our communities and fight for the betterment of these groups. The myth matters now, and that's why we tell it the way we do. I no longer live in Durant, Oklahoma, and the Texas sky really does seem different. Even in the city of Austin, I can see the stars, and the sky is never really black, just like a deep blue. Austin has its own sort of peanuts, so to say. Because of the pandemic, I've only seen a couple. When I think back to Durant and the world's largest peanut, I never think of it in isolation. I'm always there with someone. Someone is taking a photo of me, or me of them. We're gonna get dinner or coffee. We're friends having a good time in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma, where the best thing about the town is the people who live there and stuff. Texas has a lot, but it doesn't have the world's largest peanut.